What's up, everybody? I'm Mike Macklin, aka Money Mike, the Financial Thanos, and I want to welcome you guys to the Nomadic Financial Coach. So today, what I want to do is something a little bit different than normal. Normally, I put out financial advice, different stuff like that. But today, I want to talk about why I actually started the Nomadic Financial Coach channel. See, I've been coaching people financially for years through the Green Order business, but something that kind of changed, or a pivot that I felt like that I needed to make, is to deliver something a little bit more authentic. And what I mean by that is, I see a lot of um, financial advice being given, but a lot of times that financial advice is given from people who don't understand certain struggles, um, be it homelessness, be it poverty, be it family problems, whatever. They just don't understand the real struggle. They kind of come to you from this unicorns and rainbows standpoint, and that's great that their life is going well, but for you to really help somebody, I feel like you have to get to the core of their problem. Now, I don't want to ramble on and, go all over the place with this, so I will be kind of using my notes. But again, my overall message is why I started the Nomadic Financial Coach and why I'm pivoting. The biggest thing is I want more authenticity in my message. I want you guys to see kind of, behind the curtain, not just the good side of financial coaching. So, what I plan on doing is, I plan on getting out and traveling and meeting more people and talking about personal finance stuff, meeting them where they are. So whether it be people doing well, people doing not so well, even people who are without homes. You may or may not know this, but I actually decided to become somewhat homeless myself. I actually have decided to do what they call urban camping, car camping, whatever you want to call it. And, you know, it was a personal decision of mine in order to, one, it's a strategic move to kind of eliminate the debt that I have, and will help me to actually free myself to fully engage with my YouTube and my van life journey, because I do plan on getting myself a van and living out of the van and traveling. That is what my life is going to be once I'm able to get myself fully out of debt. Um, but anyway, moving on. I'm showing you guys this journey basically from the ground up. I'm building this business right now from the ground up. Right now I only have about 4 subscribers. So if you guys can help me out and maybe subscribe to the channel so that I can get my message in front of more viewers, that would be very, very helpful. But I'm doing this so that you guys can see, what the process looks like to build from the ground up. To see the struggles, to see the frustrations, to see the days, there's a lot of boring days where like there's not a ton going on. And, even in the van life that I'm living right now, it's not all glams and glitz, or it's not all just, oh my God, just because I moved into my vehicle, now all of a sudden I'm independently wealthy. That's not the case. I want you guys to see the reality. I want to, in a sense, kind of feel what it's like to be in a place where I'm not, quite where I want to be, and to show you how you can systematically, just take the steps and push forward and do what you need to do to get on the right side of, the finances. Because realistically, it's a lot about mindset. It's a lot about, how you think and how you go about your day to day. I've learned that, financial success is more about who you are or who you become than the money that you accumulate, because anybody can accumulate money. That's the easy part. But the hard part is becoming the type of person that money is attracted to. Now, I kind of talked about this in my last video about the real reason why a lot of people aren't doing well financially. So you can actually check out that video. I'll put it up on the screen here and link it to where you can actually see that. But it really comes down to mindset. And again, I'm building this business from the ground up so that you guys can see, what the struggles look like. I'm not going to sit here and show you, just all the glams and glitz. I want you to understand the struggles and the work that it takes to actually get into this. Now, a lot of people don't know about the decision I made to go ahead and move into my vehicle, but the people that do know about it, was very supportive. They know me as a person. They know that I don't make decisions, lightly. I don't make decisions just off of the cuff. I sit down and think about it. And really what it all boiled down to in reality is this is my search for freedom. I've always been looking for, okay, one, I've never really like live somewhere and say, okay, this is where I want to live forever. And two, I've always just felt like I was put on this earth to see all of it, or as much of it as God will allow me before it's time for me to check out. So that is why I did this channel, because I want to express what it's like to truly be free when you know get rid of all the burdens and all the material things, and just come down to your core self and live life for what it is. Now, I'm not saying that you should live in a cave or do anything like that, but what I'm saying is that you really should look at what it is that you actually need, and start deciding, okay, hey, listen, if it's stuff I don't need, let's go ahead and get rid of it. Let's look at the bigger picture. you know Financial success, the real goal of it is freedom. It's freedom of time, freedom of relationships, freedom to travel. That's the real goal of financial freedom. And again, this is the premise of this channel. It encompasses all those things. My pursuit of freedom, my attempt to help people financially, my work towards growing a business. It all encompasses those things. And this channel is just essentially going to document that journey. I want to take you guys along on this journey so that you can see what it's like, so that you can see that it can be done. I'm going to let you guys, see me paying down debt. I'm going to let you guys see me talking to people. I'm going to let you guys, see my setup of my vehicle and all the different stuff, so that what this process looks like. And it's my hope that after seeing everything and going on this journey with me, that it inspires you to take steps towards your own journey, and to really look at not just the financial aspect of it, but look at how you want your life to look as a whole. That is the real goal of everything that I'm doing, because that is what real freedom is about. Waking up, that's phenomenal. That's great. That's a blessing in and of itself. But waking up free, waking up making your own decisions, going where you want to go, doing what you want to do, have what you want to have, not what somebody told you should have. And that's the biggest message I guess I want to leave on my channel, is that you don't have to be defined by other people's standards of what success in life looks like. You know, a lot of people has misconstrued what rich or wealthy or successful actually looks like. You know, Success is a relative term. It is all about what you see as success. If you're happy or content in your life the way it is, then that's when you've reached success, because now you've reached a level where you have peace of mind, you know. And again, that's what this channel is all about, is helping people, reach that mindset level to where freedom becomes, something attainable, because you get a real picture of who you are and what you actually need from life. And once you start to understand what you actually need from life, then you start to make decisions in line with that. You know, until you make those decisions and until you understand what you really want, you kind of just floating around reacting to life instead of living it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's real off the cuff. I know it's real kind of just, you know, top of the head kind of thing. That's just the type of person I am. I prefer videos like this instead of scripted videos because I feel like it's more authentic and you actually can feel what I'm actually feeling and understand where I'm coming from a real place. So if you enjoyed this video, do me a huge favor. Go ahead and like this video. Comment below, some of your thoughts on what success looks like, or how you feel about financial coaches coming more authentic, coming from a place more of meeting you where you are versus trying to preach some narrative that you need to live in a mansion and stuff like that. I really want to know what people think about stuff like that. So go ahead and comment below with those things, and also share this video with somebody. I want to get my message out in front of as many people as possible. Now, obviously, YouTube helps, put it out in front of a lot of people without me getting in front of them. But, with this algorithm and everything like that, that's where you all come in. That's where, you guys can help me to get this message in front of more people because I feel like it is vitally important. Now, money in general is not important, but financial success, especially in America, is something very vital in order for you to enjoy, life on your terms. When you start doing things because you want to versus because you have to, that's a real game changer. And that's what the goal of this channel is. I want you to get to a point where you have real options instead of just obligations and responsibilities. Well, guys, that's been my time. I enjoyed doing this video, and I hope that you all did. Hopefully the shock value of some of the stuff that I told you doesn't, mess you up too bad. But again, I wanted this to be real. I wanted this to be authentic. So with that being said, guys, make sure y'all like this video, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. God bless you all. Gone.